The new HTC One M8. This is going to be a video on my initial thoughts of this device. This is definitely not an in-depth review. This is more of a quick look, first impression, straight out of the box, what my thoughts and feelings are. First of all, stunning body design. It's a continuation of the M7. They've done little refinements to the body. In general, it's an M7 on steroids. They've made the screen bigger, which I'm actually not too thrilled about. They kept the pixel count the same, but they've made it from a 4.7 inch to a 5-inch display, which for me, I actually prefer a little bit smaller phone. I like the 4.7 inch display on the original HTC One better than this in terms of size, but in terms of color accuracy and screen quality, the screen is fantastic. It's probably the best screen I've seen on a cell phone since the HTC One M7. You know, I think, in my opinion, Apple and HTC probably make the nicest displays out there on mobile phones right now. The colors and the sharpness of this display just stand out. It's not oversaturated like the Galaxy series, and it's not undersaturated and muted like the Nexus series. I think the screen on this phone is by far the best feature that it has going right now. Some other things to talk about that jump right out at you are the dual cameras on the back. You have your primary ultra pixel 4 megapixel camera here, followed by a secondary lens to help with focusing and sort of a creative aspect of the phone. You have a dual LED flash. They've also moved the power button. The power button on this phone is now on the right side of the phone. It used to be on the left, so it's a little bit easier to get up there and reach that with your index finger if you use the phone in your left hand like I do. All in all, it's the same body sort of shape, structure, size. Well, actually, it's bigger than the M7, but in terms of its fit and finish, it's very similar to the original HTC One. Dual stereo speakers on the front projecting the sound at you, which is really, really nice. They've made the front camera a wider angle lens, so you get a little bit more info in your selfies. They have also added a built-in micro SD slot right here, which is pretty neat. A lot of people are complaining about the lack of an SD slot, so they've included that. Otherwise, it is very similar to the HTC One M7. In terms of weight and heft, it's actually sort of heavy. It feels like, I wouldn't call it a brick by any means, but it's definitely not light. You know, it does have some heft to it, which can be good or bad. It does feel solid in your hand, not creaky, not crunchy like a Samsung. More Apple-esque, more refined, nice industrial sort of aluminum design here. Another thing to talk about is battery life. You know, again, I've only used this phone for a day or two right now. This is the Google Edition software. Battery life's been decent. It's been about on par with everything else that I've used. You know, you get about a day of average use out of it. But again, this is not a thorough review. This is just a quick look. Some other things to talk about. I'm trying to think here what's my impressions. You know, it is sort of a slippery, slidey finish, so it is kind of hard to hold on to in a way. It doesn't feel thick, but it just, I don't know, I'm like sort of afraid to scratch it. You know, I think that the aluminum here sort of is round, and I don't know, I'm afraid I'm going to drop it and it's just going to ding the heck out of the phone. But, you know, that's something I have to deal with. It's not necessarily a design flaw on HTC's part. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick look on this phone. I'm going to take it one step further here in the future and do a fully in-depth review on it. So keep an eye on my channel. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.